Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Simon, better known as Vacant from MangaRaiders.com, and I am joined today by
Mordecai, otherwise known as Lego Maestro on MangaRaiders.com.
And today, the two of us have got together because this is a brand new project that we're starting today. It's going to be a new show where we're just going to break down each chapter. You've probably seen the title already. This is our breakdown, predictions, I guess, and review of Bleach chapter 679. It's ominously titled The End, so a hell of a place to start.
That was something else, especially after the last chapter.
Definitely. I mean, these last few chapters have been really stepping up.
They have been freaking amazing.
So I guess the first place to start is probably just recapping what actually happened in the chapter. So would you like me to do that, Lego?
Yeah,
or would you like to take...
Take it away, man. Take it away.
Okay, cool. Well, okay, so basically what happened in the chapter, we start with Yuha Bark carrying on his confrontation with Ichigo, and he's just giving a bit more explanation to his power, the Almighty. As we learned in the last few chapters, his power isn't to see the future, but it is to change it. So not only can he see basically any outcome or any future, he can also change it, which is a very ridiculously overpowered...
Pretty unfair.
So it's not just he can change the future, he can see every outcome and every eventuality and prepare for it, which kind of makes him invincible, as we've seen. He's beating the crap out of Ichigo. He's basically trying to do what Aizen was doing before, where he's trying to make Ichigo feel real despair. It's something that we haven't seen up until now that Ichigo's succumbed to. I know Ukiura was doing it as well. Like they talk
that was his aim, yeah.
Yeah, they talk a lot about how making him feel despair, but Yuha Bark's almost goading Ichigo. He goads him to change the future. Ichigo looks on ahead, very...
He's given up.
Shocked, yeah.
That is worse than him being killed, literally, by Ulukioro or Grimjaw.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
He has said with his own words, "I've given up," and there's just this one huge panel. It's over.
So we're seeing the Ichigo, something we've never really seen before, where he is giving into that despair. Orihime is there also looking shocked. Very quickly, we move on to the battle. We see Hashwald and Uryu doing that battle, and there's some big things in the chapter that we learn about. First, we learn more about the balance, which is Hashwald's shrift. We've heard the name a lot, and we've sort of seen imagery regarding to it, like scales and stuff. Yeah. However, we actually see what it does. Basically, he takes anything that's within the sphere of his influence. So the sphere of influence, I'm not sure if that's an actual weapon or if that's just him saying about being in his vicinity, and he basically focuses it into his shield. So what that means, essentially, is any damage that he takes, he puts into his shield, and that absorbs it all for him. He also takes, from what he said, so it's all about balancing. So any bad luck
any bad luck he gets, he sends it to the other guy, double-fold, twofold even. So
yeah, he can redirect it, any misfortune that would happen to him onto his shield, and he can also, so basically influence his luck. But then the next shock that we see is that Uryu, not only has he designated letter A, which I'm not sure that's been discussed before, but he's also got a shrift himself, which is the antithesis. It's more simple power, where his basically any damage or any injuries that he's received, he can redirect at his opponent, so he can basically just swap.
I was so glad for something so Quincy and overpowered and senseless for him to have that. That was just so perfect.
Finally to happen
to the good guys.
How he describes it is anything that has already happened, he can reverse it. He can basically reverse it, which is kind of like Orihime's powers in a sense, but he can just physically do it. He does that on Hashwald and initially injures Hashwald. Hashwald informs him that it's a power that could stand up to Yuha Bark itself. He can reverse fortunes, essentially, when he can reverse fate almost when Yuha Bark changes it. However, Hashwald then redirects his injuries to his shield and then redirects them back onto Uryu, which then injures him. So again, the tip the scales of the battle again.
Someone is here theorizing that it will be an endless battle between who gets the most damage. Like they'll just be switching
It could potentially, because they're basically just one-upping themselves. They basically cancel each other out. They just keep trading the wounds. However, we leave Uryu down for the count. Hashwald has his blade raised up, and he's about to launch it down. So it looks like the end for Uryu, potentially.
Damn.
Moving on, the final scene, we switch back to Ichigo. He is getting thrown around, tossed around by Yuha Bark. We can see that he has... Basically, Ichigo is sinking into the depths of despair, and we do see in a panel that Orihime's down as well, which is surprising, because we don't see Orihime get injured. I would have thought that'd be something that they would show, that Orihime, but it does definitely look like Orihime is down on the ground, so it looks like she's been attacked somehow by Yuha Bark. There is a big panel, as you mentioned earlier, of Ichigo just saying it's over. That's quite a... As I say, quite a statement.
That one really got to me. It's just, damn, man.
Because we never see him. And then finally, we end on Yuha Bark stating that he's going to take the power that he gave to Ichigo, grabs him by the face, and we just see the blood vein on Ichigo's face. Mm-hmm. And it does
Quincy
say...
Power's getting out.
Yeah, and it says it all comes to the end. That's the final words on the chapter. So all in all, quite a bleak chapter.
Ass-kicking all around, despair, like even Ishida's amazing power is turned around on him. Inoue, who was like our trump card in this case, where she rejects reality, I thought that she would be more important than just blocking Ichigo's Ryatsu, but oh man, everything's out. It's just so bad, but so amazing at the same time. Like, Luffy and Naruto never have to go through this amount of despair. It is just so humiliating and so much of a beatdown that I don't know what's going to happen next.
So what's your thoughts on this chapter overall then, Lego?
I did not enjoy it, but for once, because as a reader who likes these characters and who feels for them, I did not enjoy it. It's not like, I know it looks really ass-pully from Kubo and people, and it does look very troll-like for Kubo to 2, but to be honest, this chapter just interested me, especially from the lead-on from the last chapter, where Ichigo's Bankai ends in one page, in moments. It just disappears, and then this comes up, and you learn, not only do you learn important information like Uryu's powers, Hashwald's powers, you just see Ichigo with his own words giving up. He's always had tough situations, but he's never stated that he's given up. What are your thoughts on the chapter, Vacant?
Just so some things to take away from the chapter, things that we learned. We finally got a full explanation on how Hashwald's powers worked. We finally discovered that Uryu has a power himself, something that could directly rival that of Yuha Bark's and could do him an injury. That makes a lot more sense as to why Yuha Bark kept Uryu close by. And then finally, we see Ichigo, something we've never seen before. Ichigo on the ground and... Well, not on the ground, but basically we see Ichigo in a position that we've never seen him before. He's given up, and what typifies Ichigo and any of these shonen protagonists is when they will never give in, no matter how hopeless it is, they always get back up. This is the part where it's not happened, and it's something that you don't really see in shonen, which I find really interesting. We've seen Ichigo at his lowest point here.
Even Inoue has nothing to say.
Left.
It's a small panel, but she's also got those eyes where she's given up.
Yeah. One thing that's a bit thingy is, that we don't see anything happen to Inoue. We just see her on the floor. I would have thought that would be quite a big moment in Ichigo's life to see Inoue struck down and him unable to do anything to save Orihime. I don't think she's dead. I should probably say that. I don't think she is dead. She's just been taken down. Maybe Reishi's knocked her out or something, but I don't think she's in any real danger.
Definitely.
So a lot happened in this short chapter, so that sets up nicely for our predictions for the next chapter. As you were saying, let's go on what realistically could be done about Yuha Bark. So for me, there's a couple of options. What I think will happen is that Ishin and Ryuken will show up. So Ichigo and Uryu's fathers. The dads are going to come in. Ryuken will interfere with Hashwald. And he will probably do combat with Hashwald. They will overcome him, freeing up Uryu to go to Yuha Bark. In the meantime, Ishin will arrive to save Ichigo for the initial period. He will maybe do battle with Yuha Bark, but I can see him I don't think he'll win to any extent. He's not as strong as Ichigo as far as we're aware. He certainly doesn't have the hollow powers or anything. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Bankai, at least.
We should see a Bankai from Ishin, so hopefully. I think Ryukin and Uryu will take on and take down Hashwald, and I do believe that Ishin will hold Yuha Bark enough, or something will happen, be it him getting struck down, will spark something in Ichigo. Uryu will help. The alternative is that Aizen appears. Aizen, because we have seen that Aizen's powers affect Yuha Bark when that time dilation, when he altered his perception of time, when he spoke to him. That was when he was locked up. So as far as we're aware, he has not seen Kyoka Suigetsu.
Nope.
Aizen's Shikai.
Not yet.
So as far as we're aware, he hasn't seen it. He's been locked up for 900 years. So that's Yuha Bark, not Aizen.
Oh, okay,
it's
yeah.
a year and a half or something for him. But yeah, definitely interesting. I'd like to see that. To be honest, that's the one I'd like to see. Road B. I'd like to see Aizen get involved and see what happens there. That'd be interesting. I'd also like to see Urahara have a couple of tricks up his sleeves. I think just how Urahara has always been positioned, he should have a bigger role in the downfall of Yuha Bark.
The way he trod Aizen, even though he didn't do any damage, it's just like, yep, I set this up a long time ago. It was just so satisfying.
Yeah, I think he's come too far, Urahara. I like to think he's always got something in his locker. How about yourself, Lego? What's anything different that you think's coming up?
Pretty much everything the same. I like how you can explain the possibilities, like Aizen, like even if he can see into the future, he can still be showing Kyokatsugesu in the future, so he can still be screwed by hypnosis no matter how much he time travels.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things I was thinking. There must be a weakness, his fate-altering ability. Perhaps, I'd like to say they have said that there is weaknesses, so maybe perhaps through a combined effort from Uryu and Orihime, perhaps, because her ability was always referred to as rejecting fate. They use those words very deliberately, so I'm wondering if that still has, because he's used the word fate as well, so I'm wondering if it will have some kind of effect if combined with Uryu's powers, or if Urahara or Aizen will do something. Maybe a combination of all of them.
Exactly.
Definitely going to be interesting.
And I don't see Ishida just being, like, revealing his ability and it never being used at least once more. Like, Ishida, any one of those abilities needs to be shown at least once being successful, more than just, I'm looking forward to the next chapter, yeah. Really.
Me too. I guess that was our predictions for the next chapter. I don't think, obviously, it's going to be done and dusted in then, but I think next chapter we'll see Ishin arrive, as will Ryukin. They'll both make the save. I think we'll see that Orihime is still alive, and we'll see a glimmer of hope, potentially. We may even see what the captains are getting up to and where they are, so who knows?
Okay, then.
Okay. And anything else from yourself, Lego? Have you got any predictions for next chapter?
No, that was all of them. My small prediction that isn't a prediction, but what would be funny to see is if Shinji's ability finally worked out, and he just went in there to Joa Bach and reversed his sense of direction.
Do you know what? Shinji's been set up and he hasn't exactly fought anyone. The last time we saw him was against Basby, and he hasn't done anything since, so who knows? He is still active, as far as we're aware. Okay, well, that was our quick Bleach recap. Let us know your thoughts on Bleach chapter 679 in the comments below. If you have any feedback or anything, we'd love to hear it. So take care, guys. Until next week.
Yep, bye. Peace.